Hello everyone, I'm the old class leader. As one of the earliest companies in China dedicated to the research and development of handles, Beitong, I believe that the biggest impression of all students has always been that it is. But in the previous video comparing 12 domestic controllers, we can see that it is indeed unambiguous in terms of workmanship and materials. Just recently, they have launched this Hokutsu Azura 3 for the PC market. So will this handle be like the previous one? What about inheriting the fine tradition of solid materials? Let's take a look at it today. Let's take a look at it first. The appearance still follows the most conventional handle. The arrangement of the design action pieces. The layout scheme of the Xbox controller is also adopted. Very friendly to PC players. The middle area of the handle is designed with an inverted RGB light. The back. There are also 2 red expansion buttons, and the entire appearance layout is decent, because it is the latest generation. So Beitong has added a lot of new features to this handle. The first is the physical shift knob of the joystick. It can realize the timely adjustment of the 7-speed joystick 0 meters. It can achieve fast and accurate joystick control in many games. Personally, I feel that this feature is still very good. Compared to in-game adjustments, it is obviously faster. Next is the 3-stage formation lock of this LR linear trigger. Different gears to suit different types of games. For some action classes, design games LT and RT do not have linear operation. Therefore, the lowest gear can be used to speed up the response time. Racing games can be driven to the highest gear. The third feature that I personally like is the design of this joystick. At first I was very puzzled about the more than 300 handles. It turned out to be a plastic joystick. In the previous video I have already emphasized, the biggest disadvantage of plastic joysticks is that, with the accumulation of use, the joystick will appear a lot of white powder. The white powder enters the handle with the gap, and the inside can easily cause the joystick to drift. So when I just wanted to open the pen, suddenly found that the joystick of Azura 3 turned out to be. There is no physical contact with the edges throughout. This is too sassy. This design is really useful. The last advantage is that this action part is designed to feel. It has the flexibility of conductive adhesives, the most sensitive to micro movements. Because the feel of this thing is not very good narrative. Personally, I feel very comfortable. What is the specific plan? We'll save it for a while when we disassemble the machine. RCU3 can also target the joystick through the controller software. Sensitivity red and key mapping are set. But putting aside the advantages just mentioned, there are still some disadvantages that need to be polished. First of all, this rocker cap is too hard. Can be said that it is also very hard among all the handles I have used. It still has a relatively big impact on the feel. The second is in terms of grip. There is no laminating treatment. There is also no inner skin material. Just add anti-slip patterns to the handles. Although it is understandable. But after all, as a handle priced at more than 300 yuan. Personally, I feel that these elements still need to be there. The face shell at the handle can be removed. Can be used to store the receiver or add a counterweight. The storage receiver is not bad. But is the addition of counterweights to exercise the unicorn for the students? People who are not practicing martial arts should not use it. Next, let's take a look at the workmanship and materials inside the handle. Warm advice Xiaobai. Don't try the Axuro 3 dismantling system by yourself, it's easy to overturn, ouch. At the moment of disassembly, I was surprised to find that. Linear trigger adjustment in 3 gears, and gears are also connected inside the handle. Drive the lower resistance through the gear while changing gears. All valid simplifications are still preserved. This is really very conscientious. The connection method of the battery, motor and other parts is also illustrated. This is still good, because at this stage many manufacturers are directly welding. It affects the service life. It also makes it more troublesome to replace parts. Therefore, the plug solution is still better than the directly welded battery. The capacity of 950 mAh is relatively large in the handle, and it has a battery compartment to protect the joystick. All welded solder joints are also relatively full. At this point, we finally figured out the problem of the feel of the action pieces. It turns out that Azura 3 adopts a design scheme of conductive alternating micromotion. The same solution is used as the old 3DS. Students with 3DS can take it out and feel it, but after all, the 3DS is a flip handheld. Therefore, the construction process is very short. The completion of Azura 3 is significantly higher than that of the 3DS, and the comfort will be better. And the reason why the joystick does not contact the sidearm is finally figured out. It turned out that a base was placed inside, which controlled the movement area of the joystick. Although the solution is simple, but the function is really practical. By dismantling the machine, we can see that Azura 3 is in. In terms of workmanship, it is still very solid. At the same time, the relevant features of the added can also realize the needs of different players. Even compared with his own big brother Beitong Zeus, he also has the power to fight. It's just that the feel problem of the joystick still needs to be improved. It is recommended to replace it with soft rubber. But in general, in the current handle market, it still firmly occupies the first echelon position. I am the old squad leader, an op master who focuses on game history and hardware evaluation. If you like this video, just follow me 3 times in a row.